what's up, writers? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, my name is RingoRiot. I'm a magical non-girl red panda who's here to rock and shock you and sometimes tell you stories. And today I have a very special story time for you. But before we start, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Share your stories with me. I would be really happy to hear them. Also, if you're not following me in other places, you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I exist on Blue Sky as well. I'm RingoRiot in all of those places. The only place you will not find me on is Facebook. I have personal beef with Facebook. I do not like it, so you will not find me there. Also, some special news for today. My second 𝙁𝙊𝙄𝙃 market line has officially launched as of the posting of this video. You can get keychains, stickers, pens, desk mats, mouse pads with some support for your wrist, if you know what I mean. There's all kinds of stuff to check out, so if you are interested in supporting me and also getting yourself something nice, you can click on the link in my bio for 𝙁𝙁 Market's latest RingoRiot line. Now, before we get started, I do need to tell you that if you are triggered by heavy topics like cancer or fatal illnesses or mortality, things like that, this might not be the video for you. I'll catch you in the next one, but just know that this video is going to be kind of heavy. So, it all started on Halloween. My friends and I had decided to go as the Cheetah Girls. I was really excited. Leopard print everything, fuzzy accessories, the whole look. I was basically a dollar store Bratz doll, though looking back on it, I'm not sure why I went with leopard print. I mean, they were called the Cheetah Girls, so I don't know, maybe I misunderstood the assignment. Anyway, I went as Aqua, and my friends each picked out one of the other girls to go as. My friend's mom was the one supervising us that night. We went door to door with our fuzzy little baskets, filling them with candy, but as the night went on, I started falling behind. At first, it was just a little, and eventually, it was a lot. I was trailing behind my mom's friend and clutching my stomach. I just remember gritting my teeth and thinking, what kind of pain is this? Is this cramps? I hadn't had my first period yet, so I didn't know for sure, but I knew it was really, really intense, and I don't know, it just didn't feel right. It was worse than anything I'd ever felt. My mom's friend was super concerned. She actually told my dad that something seemed really, really wrong. He wasn't worried though, like me. He thought maybe it was just puberty, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. A few weeks later, my pants weren't fitting and my stomach had swelled so much that I looked 5 months pregnant. I couldn't keep any food down. The pain was constant and just unbearable. My dad finally took me to urgent care. They did some x-rays and said it was just severe constipation. Kind of laughable now, looking back on it, but then not so much. Anyway, they said that they couldn't really treat it there, that I'd have to go to the hospital to get help. So we went to the hospital. They ran a CT scan as a precaution before the procedure, and that was when everything changed. They'd found a mass. It was roughly the size of a basketball, and it was wrapped all around my side under my rib cage, pressing into my organs. It could be cancer, they said, but they wouldn't know for sure until they actually removed it. I remember that moment so clearly. I was watching Legally Blonde with my sister in the room, and her eyes were full of tears. I remember looking at her and asking, what if it's cancer? I'll never forget what she said to me. She looked me dead in the eye and said, it can't be. You're too good of a person. But it was. They planned surgery within a few days, but it ended up taking nearly a week to actually get the procedure done. The pain was so bad I couldn't lay my legs down. They put way too much pressure on my stomach. They kept me heavily medicated, so I drifted in and out, never fully conscious. And honestly, I'm glad for that because the pain was just so bad. When it was finally time to have it removed, they rushed me into surgery. My mom and dad were running beside me. I remember seeing their faces wet with tears. Seeing them there, even if they were crying and in pain, gave me strength. In that bed, in that moment, I wasn't afraid. I was ready for the pain to stop. After surgery, the first word I heard was chemotherapy. Only I misheard it as kingotherapy because I'd never heard that word before. I ended up going through 4 rounds of chemo altogether. One teacher, my math teacher, made sure I didn't fall behind. She tutored me at home on her own time and even nominated me for Student of the Year. She said it was because I was so brave, and I'll never forget her. I ended up losing all of my hair too, and before you ask, no, it didn't hurt actually. It just fell out in clumps until all that was left was peach fuzz. My dad bought me wigs, but they didn't have tops, so I had to wear hats over them, and that did kind of create some awkward school moments. We weren't allowed to wear hats in school, so during my dare graduation, the principal told me to take off my hat and I couldn't. So we went back and forth, take it off, I can't, why not? And eventually they apologized when they realized who I was and why I was pushing back so hard. I never really held it against them, but yeah, it was super embarrassing. Eventually, I just stopped wearing wigs altogether. I ended up wearing bandanas to school, then eventually nothing at all. I didn't really care what anyone thought. I was alive, and that was all that mattered to me. I remember though, before my first chemo treatment, I asked my doctor, am I gonna die? And his answer was yes, it was possible. That same day, really within that same minute, I asked for a dog. I'd always wanted one. I'd met a therapy dog at the hospital once. Murphy was his name, a big Newfoundland with a lot of drool and a big gentle heart. My dad, determined to help however he could, got me a poodle. Not what I would have picked, but it was sweet, and I truly believe she made a huge difference in my recovery. I never let myself feel afraid. I couldn't. Not when there was still life to live. I think nowadays I'm more scared of what I went through instead of back then. Thanks to the incredible doctors, nurses, my stepmom who was a nurse herself, and the unwavering love of my family, I survived. Without them, I don't know if I'd be here today. And on May 30th, 2004, I was declared cancer-free. I grew my hair back, my lashes, my life. No more cold, sterile nights listening to the pain of other children echo through the halls. I was free. I grew back my hair, my lashes, my life. But somehow, I never celebrated my remission. So this year on Twitch, I'm finally gonna celebrate. 22 years cancer-free with all of you. Each time we hit a goal, I'll share a different piece of my life. Some funny, some kind of embarrassing, some emotional, and yeah, even a few baby photos. If you want to join us, you'll find the link in my profile. Just look for RingoRiot wherever you can find me, but the event will happen on Twitch. If you've been through something hard too, whether it's health related, mental health related, whatever, please be sure to leave a comment down below and tell me about it. I like hearing your stories. I'd love to hear from you and give you a safe place to share it. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, you can always like, subscribe, and again, leave a comment. As of now, that's all for today. Rock and shock on, Rioters.